from what you think and where we are in terms of AIDS and HIV and AIDS, especially in adolescents?
Thank you very much and good morning. Where we are at is that several things. One, we have many adolescents who are born with HIV.
Correct.
And that means that over the years, we've had many young people who have grown into becoming teenagers, adolescents and teenagers, and are young women or men, and were already born with HIV, and so they've lived with HIV all their lives. Then we also have the fact that there is a significantly high number of new infections among young adolescents and young people, and I like to say young people, and particularly young women, because we are talking about the age of below 24 years. So 16% of all the people that are living with HIV in Kenya today, who are about 1.6 million, are adolescents and young people.
Is there a specific reason why you focus specifically on women?
Yes, the reasons are that we see more new infections among young women than among young men. So that is the first reason. I think the second reasons have to do with the fact that young women are more likely to be vulnerable to HIV infection. And vulnerability emerges and comes from various areas. One of them is obviously they have less access to knowledge, information. There is more attrition of girls in the school system. There is more young girls that take care of families, so they really are they're more exposed. And in addition, we also know that coercion and sexual violence in Kenya is very high, and data suggests that 1 in every 3 girls experiences sexual violence by the time they're 18, and 1 in every 6 boys by the time they're 18. So therefore, what that means is that we have a situation that we have a lot of young people who are vulnerable and who are exposed, and therefore are more likely to acquire HIV. And so what we find is that of the new infections, in 2013, we had about 88,000 adult new infections. So we had in total about 100,000. 13,000 were from mothers to children through perinatal transmission. But the other 88,000 were adult infections. Of those, 21% were in young women. Okay. So that is really a significant number when you think about the fact that these young women are the mothers of tomorrow. They are they are our families tomorrow. And so as we think about HIV prevention, and the focus is to recognize that it is important for us to be able to ensure that we are preventing HIV in this age group, because that will allow us to ensure that into the future we have less HIV infections, and not only infections, but we also have less mother-to-child transmissions, that in future we therefore have less and less HIV.
Okay.